Hello everybody! Welcome back to my Animal Crossing New Horizons Island Apple Acres. Recently, I was scrolling on Pinterest and I saw this picture on my feed and it re-sparked my want to build in this game. If I can find who originally posted the photo, I will put it in the description. If not, then I'll just put a link to the Pinterest post in the description. We have so much to catch up on. Do we though? I have so much to tell you guys. I think that's what it is. We have stuff to talk about because last night and yesterday in general was kind of an annoying day. Let me show you guys where we're going to be working in this video. We're going to start here because this is the section of the island shown in the photo. And we're going to kind of do some stuff all the way up to here, which this centerpiece, plaza centerpiece thing, is from a video I never posted. I had recorded basically a whole video. I even edited all of it pretty much, and it never got posted. And just a refresher, for me too, honestly, this is what my island looks like. Basically where all the in-game paths is right now. We're going to be working there. Alright, let's get started. So as I mentioned, I had an interesting time trying to record this video because, little to my knowledge, I think my capture card is broken. I don't know if it actually is though. My problem was the audio would come through just fine, but the video was not showing. And the video is the most important part. I didn't care about the audio, but the video was not working. Like, the scene was there and like everything, but when I went to go click on it, like, not in OBS, right? So in OBS, when you click on your capture card to like highlight it, usually it shows up with a red box around it to show what is highlighted. But when I clicked on it, nothing was being highlighted. So there was no video working. And I don't know why. I never found an answer. I tried searching on YouTube, but every time I typed in my question or like my problem, nothing helpful came up. It was always a different problem or a different thing entirely, like unrelated to what I was asking about. It was so unhelpful. But luckily, because I'm kind of a hoarder of like technology things, I don't know why, but I am, I kept my old capture card and it still works. So I was able to plug in my old capture card to record this video, which I'm very grateful I was able to do that. But I genuinely, when my capture card wasn't working, I genuinely thought it was a sign from like the universe to be like, don't record this video, don't do it. But I had not been able to get the picture I showed out of my mind since I saw it, and I knew I wouldn't be able to record another video until I was able to record this Animal Crossing video, which is very unfortunate because the main series on my channel right now, Grovecraft SMP, which is a Minecraft SMP, go watch the videos if you haven't yet, but I want to get started on my next episode for that because I'm so excited to work on it, but I couldn't get this off my brain, and I genuinely spent too much time trying to figure it out, but we got there in the end. If anyone has dealt with a problem like this before and you found a solution for it, let me know. I have an Elgato capture card and I really want to be able to use it because A, it was kind of a lot of money, and B, it just is a better quality capture card than the other one I'm using, which is like $30 from Amazon, which, for being $30 from Amazon, it's a really good capture card. But I would prefer to use the other one because the picture's better on it. I just like it more and I want to be able to use it. So if you've dealt with this, let me know. Let's talk about the build for a little bit. I wanted to keep this centerpiece thing in front of the plaza. I'm not really sure what to call it, but that was the main feature of the video that I never posted. It was basically just a video of me decorating the front of my island, the front of resident services, and that path all the way down to where the airport is. But honestly, I think one of the reasons why I didn't post the video was because I didn't like how it turned out, but I just kept telling myself it looked good and that I just needed to decorate it. But it did not look good. It really did not look good. But I was so determined to use the in-game paths. I don't know why I was so determined to, but I really wanted to use that stone in-game path. Why is something I don't know, but I think the dirt path looks so much better. And actually later on in the video, I do switch the path, which I will address when we get there. But I just think the dirt path, it's just better. I don't know. I like the in-game path, don't get me wrong. But I don't know what it is about them. They look really small. Like, when it's too wide, it still looks really small. But when a custom design path is too wide, it doesn't look small. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to explain it. Well, I guess I kind of just did. But moving on from that, though, decorating this section of my island was actually so easy. I felt just the ideas like flowing through me. Kind of the same way I felt when I first started playing the game, which was something I've not felt in a long time. So it was kind of weird, but I genuinely recorded most of this in one day. I did record this over Thanksgiving week, so I was very busy, but I recorded most of this in one day, and it genuinely took 2 hours tops, which is crazy. I felt like for a while there, towards the end of the Willow era of my channel, I felt like it was taking a while for me to think of a build and to figure out how I wanted to look, and it was a lot of trial and error. But when I was decorating this, I would put something down and it would just make sense there. I don't really know how to explain it, but it was a very nice feeling, and I liked it a lot. Saying that out loud, I realized I am kind of just describing burnout, but it didn't feel like burnout, It just kind of felt like I didn't want to play the game anymore. Which I guess is what burnout is. You play the game so much you don't want to play it anymore. Okay, so maybe I burnt out on Animal Crossing for a while. But can you blame a girl? Honestly, it's a good thing that my channel is not dedicated to one game, even though for a while there it was dedicated to Minecraft, but that's because I had a really big Minecraft fame. And that's fine. I'm allowed to do that. It's my YouTube channel. No one's allowed to complain. But yeah, I guess I was burnt out on Animal Crossing for a bit, and now I'm not. Do you know what really helped me not be burnt out anymore, though? The 3.0 announcement. Yeah, Animal Crossing is no longer a dead game. Am I a little bit behind on sharing my excitement for this? Yes, but if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen me freak out about it in real time. So maybe you should go follow me on Twitter. Or Blue Sky, if you prefer Blue Sky. I got both. They're both linked in the description, too. Along with all my other socials. God, this is like, what, the second plug I've done in a video? Oh my god. I don't usually do that. In the 3.0 update, I'm most excited for, I think it's called Slumber, where you can go and decorate other islands, basically. I think you get 3 new save files to make new islands on. And I kind of love it because you can change basically anything you want about it. You can change the size of the island, the time, the weather, I think the season too, if I'm correct. But and I also love that you can have your friends on there too. Not that I really have Animal Crossing friends, but you know, in theory, if I wanted to, I could invite my friends onto my slumber island. But that's one of the things I've been most wanting since forever, honestly. Because I didn't want to have to buy another Switch to have another island. Because the Switch is expensive, the game is expensive. And then you have to pay for a Nintendo subscription on top of it to be able to get custom designs and to travel to your friend's island or to Treasure Island, wherever you want to go. So the fact that now in game we have the ability to create new islands is honestly amazing and should have been a feature since the beginning, but it's fine. I digress. We have it now. I can no longer complain. The only thing is, I guess it kind of makes sense that the inventory you have in game, it would be the inventory you have in the slumber world, but it would be nice to kind of have a creative version of the game almost, where you have every item unlocked. But like I said, I can't complain too much. Beggars can't be choosers, and I should just be happy, and I am happy. But you know, a creative mode would be nice, because then you could also use one of the worlds to like go plan out a build to see what items you would need for it and whatever. But because that's how I play Minecraft sometimes, and I think it's a great way to play the game. You know, go to creative, look at all the items in the game, so that way you have like the full scale of the game for when you're building. But like I said, can't complain too much. But I do want to use it to kind of... Okay, my first thought was to bring back the Enchanted Forest core theme, because I did like building it in the final version of Willow before it got deleted. But that island had just been around too long, and it was just... I needed a clean slate, and I needed to switch the theme. But I think it would be so fun to bring it back and to give it the full light it deserves, because that was at the very end of my burnout, or I guess the very beginning of my burnout, and so I did not give it the correct display, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I can't think of words, but I just really would like to be able to do something with that theme without having to create a whole new island, and now I have the chance to. I am also excited for the new items and villagers, the Zelda and Splatoon crossovers. I've never played either of those games before. I watched a handful of people play them, but I've never really delved deep into it, so I'm not like freaking out over them, but I think it's so cool, and I know people who like the games are freaking out over it, and they should, honestly. But oh, there's also a Lego like crossover. The Lego items look cool too. I am most excited for, I think, the Zelda villagers. I think their designs are so cool. I don't know if they're based off of characters from Zelda, or if they're just like based off of the vibe of the game itself, but either way, I think they did a great job on them. And also the Splatoon villagers, but I like the Zelda ones the most. But I'm excited for the new items too. The items look awesome. The floating gems, I think they're floating, but the gems from the Zelda part look cool. All of the Lego furniture honestly looks so cool. It's such a like unique look or it had such a unique look to them. Sorry, I'm gonna go look at a picture real quick. But I don't know, like, it's Animal Crossing, but it also doesn't feel like Animal Crossing. and I really like it. I like it a lot. The only thing about the update really that I'm not liking so far is that some of the features are blocked behind having a Switch 2, which I know they're doing because they want to push Switch 2 sales, but oh my god, is it driving me crazy. The megaphone specifically would be so useful in the game because the amount of times I've wandered around my island for like 5-10 minutes trying to find one villager, I've done it too many times. And I know the megaphone, they use the microphone that is built into the Switch 2, but I feel like it could have been very easy for the Switch 1 to just have it open up a menu and you pick which villager you want to call out for, but like I said, they're just trying to push Switch 2 sales, which, woo, capitalism, but like, oh my god, I would have loved to have that. That would have been a great addition to the game, but yeah. That's the only thing I'm not really liking so far. I also, maybe I'm just not understanding it, but well, actually, no, I'm not. I know I'm not, but I was gonna call myself stupid, but I'm trying not to do that. I'm gonna say, maybe I'm just stupid, but I'm not understanding Rossetti's whole purpose. Which, don't get me wrong, I love Rossetti. I'm glad he's gonna be back in the game, but is he just like a walking, like trash can, basically? That's what I'm understanding. Because I know it's like you could tell him to pick up something and either to put in your storage or to throw it out, but you can kind of already do that with your character. You could pick up an item and either put it in your storage or put it in a trash can. So maybe there's something I'm missing, but I'm not really understanding it. Not that I don't like it, I just don't understand it, and so maybe I'm a little bit confused, but those are the only two things. Is there something I haven't talked about? Oh yeah, the resort. Duh. Oh my god, how can I forget about that? I like the resort. It feels like kind of another version of Happy Home Paradise, which I know some people might get mad at me for saying, but I never played New Leaf, okay? I never had a Nintendo DS, 3DS. I never played New Leaf, okay? So, these features that they're bringing from New Leaf into this game, I don't know them. I don't know what they originally were, okay? So, don't get mad at me, but it feels like just another version of Happy Home Paradise. But you don't need a villager to decorate. You could just decorate a room, I think, which I like. Again, it's kind of like the Dreamworld Slumber Islands, where it's just another place for you to go to decorate. That's not your main island. Which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice having all these places to go and decorate. That's not on your main island. It feels like they're trying to eliminate the need to have multiple switches to be able to play the game multiple different ways, you know? Yeah, I think those are all my thoughts about the 3.0 update. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really look into it too much after the direct, so I'm just going based off of what I've seen people talk about online. But I think my overall consensus is that it looks great and I'm excited for it, and I'm definitely gonna be streaming it on Twitch when it comes out, probably. So you should follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/mirandapop.tv. Oh my god, that's what my third self-plug this video. Let's just move on from the 3.0 update. Oh my god. Let's talk about this farm that I'm decorating in this video right now. For a while, it took me to figure out how I wanted it set up and like what crops I wanted there and the order of the crops. But eventually, I figured it out. Don't worry. It's coming soon. But because I've been decorating with a lot of the orange pumpkin decor items, and I didn't want to do orange pumpkins also because then I felt like it'd be too much orange with the grass being so yellow and the trees being so red. I felt like it needed something to break it up. So, spoiler alert, I end up going with sugarcane and green pumpkins and white pumpkins. But hope you're not mad at me for the spoiler. But I thought the green and the white helped to break up the overwhelming amount of warm colors going on in the area. So, yeah, that's that on that. And I'm using the spooky scarecrow right now. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, but I don't have the regular scarecrow DIY, which is weird. I thought you got it like early on in the game, but I guess not. So I have to get that DIY at some point, and I'll switch it out probably. But I do like the spooky scarecrow. Like, turned around so you can't see the face. It kind of just looks like a pumpkin scarecrow. You know, it doesn't look too spooky. It just looks like a regular scarecrow, but with a pumpkin for a head. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I think I've been rambling on for too long. I made this speed build too long. Oh my god. But is this the... No. This is not when I switch the dirt code. Or the dirt path code. It's fine. I'll talk about it now. I just want to talk about it. But I switched the dirt path code I was using because I felt like this path, while I like it, I felt like it was too path-y. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but what I switched it to was this design pattern, which is a dirt road, which I felt like was more appropriate since I'm using it as a road. I felt like it should be a little bit more. I don't know. I just felt like it was off. But the cool thing actually that I like about the new path is that it works with the old path. So those little, like what I just put down, the little extra bits and everything, and like the circular one and everything, it's the same brown as the new road that I am using. I don't know if they're by the same person. It would make sense if they are, that they're the same brown color, but I don't think they're by the same person. So, just a lucky coincidence on my part, but it's nice because I don't think the new path has those little extra bits, or at least maybe I just didn't see them when I was looking at it, but the new path, it does have extra codes that go with the main path that have little extra design bits on them. Oh, here's the new path. See, I just feel like it looks a bit more complete. And then I can also end off the road. And this circle bit looked so funny when it had all the square edges, but there was a rough path code to use, so luckily I was able to switch it over, and I didn't have to either deal with the squares or redesign this area, so. But I didn't download any of the extra tiles to, like, give the road some more variation, because I figured if I wanted to, I would, and I think I do want to. So I probably will download those, and at some point in the future, the road will look different. Just know it's because I downloaded more design patterns and I made the road look a little bit more variated. A little bit more, I don't know, lived in. Oh, this part. Okay, so I wanted to put a sundial here. I don't know. I think it's called a sundial, but I don't know why. I just thought it was the perfect area for one, and I also really had no idea what to put in this stretch of land. But for some reason in my head, I thought a sundial was like the perfect thing because it feels very small town, farm town vibes. I don't know. I was really just doing anything that came to my mind. So I found these custom codes that were numbers that I could use, so I didn't have to make my own, which was nice because I don't like making my own codes. I feel like they never turn out as good, even if I follow a tutorial. So I was very happy to find some numbers to use. But I think it's a super simple design, but I really like how it turned out. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the stone in-game path though. I know there's a wood in-game path, and I might switch it to that just because I feel like it could be something different, and I never used that one. I don't think I've ever used that one before. No, I don't think so. So I feel like that could be cool. So that might also change in the future. And yeah, I think we're getting towards the end here. I think all I really have left to say is that I'm super happy with how this entrance turned out, and I cannot wait to continue decorating this island. And also, I already had a villager ask to move out, so villager hunt coming soon. Everyone say bye, Pashmina! Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!